Hi.
Hi, are you sure you can prepare for product based companies through this course?
Yes, sitting at home?
No way!
Yes, way. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Geeks for Geeks. My name is Muskan Agarwal, and in this webinar, we are going to tell you guys how to use Geeks for Geeks properly. So I've been using Geeks for Geeks for past few years, and I've seen that everything is available on Geeks for Geeks, but a lot of times students are not able to use it properly because they do not know how to. Right. So all of us have faced this problem, and I learned it after a few months. So we have Priyanshu with us. He is going to give us a walkthrough of the entire website and how to use it properly in order to, in order to make the best out of it, whether you're preparing for placements or you are Geeks for Geeks have material for school students as well. So he is going to tell everything about it. But before I add him to the stream, just confirm me in the comment section if I'm perfectly visible and audible. Just give me a thumbs up if I'm perfectly visible and audible. Then I'll quickly add Priyanshu to the stream. Yes, I can see some questions as well. We will be taking almost all the questions in the end of the webinar. Okay, maybe the last 15 to 20 minutes we will take the questions. Yes, I can also see a lot of thumbs up. I will quickly add Priyanshu. Hi, Priyanshu.
Hey, hi.
How are you doing?
So it's great. How are you?
I am doing good as well. So let us start with having a brief introduction about you.
So I am Priyanshu Bhardwaj. I am currently an undergraduate student at National Institute of Technology, Patna, in computer science and engineering, and uh, and I'm currently interning in Geeks for Geeks as well as a problem setter intern there, and I will be joining like Intuit in summer as my summer internship. A little brief in my competitive coding journey. So I am like master on code forces and 6 star on code chef. Like that's all about me.
Okay, that is really great. Uh, Next thing I would like to ask you that how did Geeks for Geeks help you since you will be interning at Intuit? So did Geeks for Geeks help you in any way during your preparation journey?
Yeah, definitely. In Geeks, if we talk about the placement perspective, like Geeks for Geeks is the only thing which comes to our mind first, as like it has a huge number of articles and different stuffs which is related with competitive coding, even like CS fundamentals like OOPS, DBMS, computer networks, and all other stuffs, and even the questions related with devs are also present on Geeks for Geeks. And if you have any coding doubt, if you Google it out, just the first website you see there is like GFG, and that's why like it's a great thing to like practice on Geeks for Geeks and like read articles from it.
Yes, definitely. Then the next thing I would like to ask, what is the best thing about Geeks for Geeks according to you?
So the best thing, according to me, like if I am if I am going to from like 2 or 3 weeks before, I was going to be interviewed by Intuit, and I just wanted like how which type of questions like Intuit asks or like any company asks. So Geeks for Geeks has a section of like interview experiences where you can like go and read it out like all of the interview questions and like prepare by that, and that's the features like really amaze me.
Right, definitely. It is helpful to me also personally. Like you can just filter out the companies and it will give you a list of questions. And
Yeah,
as we all know that the questions are repetitive as well. So it
yeah,
can
definitely.
help you a lot, right?
And maybe like the mentality of like the recruiters is always the same. So like if they ask a problem on certain topics, then it's like high probability that they will ask from that topic only. So like it's
Right,
great to see that see those questions before like going for an interview.
definitely. Also, like, I think every student should use GFG. So what are your opinions on that? And like, how do you feel, like, is GFG different from the other platforms that are there and provide the same material? So how is GFG different according to you?
So like GFG is maybe like a one-stop solutions for your everything related with like placement perspective. If I talk about even like even if with competitive coding, GFG helps us a lot. Like most of the articles and like if I want to search for an article or maybe like a questions which is the second part of the problem, then I can like just Google it out and the first article comes, which is like a GFG, and it helps us a lot for that. And like the huge variety makes it like literally different from all of the other websites which is present.
Right, definitely. Okay, so now I think the most important part of this webinar is like the walkthrough of the entire website. There are so many features, and students are not able to utilize it properly because they don't know the right way to. So maybe you can share your screen and give a walkthrough of the website and how do you use it and how should the students use it in order to make the best out of it.
Okay, got it. So like for that I should like to like present my screen, and like this will be more better to like show everything.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so I am sharing my screen. So my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so like when we come to like the main website, like geeksforgeeks.org, we have a sections like data structure, algorithms, interview preparations, topic-wise practice, C++ language, and every stuff's what we want to do. So like if I want to like practice like learn a language C++, like so we can just go with our articles and like all of the properties like basic functions and related algorithms. And there is a comparison also like C versus C++, and all of these stuffs related with it comes in only one articles, and I can just find out everything what I want, right? uh, for like practicing data structures or like for practicing algorithms, I just have to open data structures blog, and everything related with data structures, like what type of data structures are linked list, and all of the questions related with data structures and all of the articles related with it comes like in a single article, and I have not to like Google it much to find all of these. Okay, so for every data structures, I should like it is like optimal to practice not all of the questions. Like if you start practicing all of the questions, like it will never end. So if you should like start solving some problems of it, like when you get familiar with what is linked list and how to implement it out. Definitely, after some time, you will feel like you can implement more problems also, and you just have to build some logic about it. So just practice about like 40 or 50 problems of each of the topic, and like it will be more than enough for like preparing for at least for the interviews. Okay, and the same thing goes for the algorithms. Like there are a lot of algorithms, greedy algorithms, dynamic programming, bit manipulations, and all of the stuffs. And for every stuff, it is like for dynamic programming, I will suggest like practice more and more problems. Like dynamic programming is like a really hard really like somewhat hard topic, and like you should practice about 100 and 150 problems of it, and like you will become very good at it, so like that's for about data structure and algorithmic part. And Geeks has also uh, uh, a problem of the day, where daily a problem appears here, and if you try to solve it out, you will get some geek bits, and there will be also a streak, and the maximum number of streak which is maintained is like appeared here, like global longest streak, or maybe like problem attempted, all of these stuffs. And you can reveal like your geek bits at the end to get rewards from Geeks. So like that's pretty much about the website. And like for practicing some certain topics, like maybe I want to practice some topics related with arrays. So I will just go to practice geeksforgeeks.org, And here I can find like the all of the questions related with the topics. Like let's say if I want to practice about array, just I will go here, and now all of the questions related with array topic array is listed here. And you can also see that this question appeared in Amazon coding round or Facebook coding round or two more companies. So that's also help you in like practicing for certain companies. And also Geeks for Geeks has a as I mentioned earlier, it has a feature of like interview series. So there is a contest on every Sunday, like that particularly focuses on like company based questions. Like these questions have appeared in some of the tests which is conducted by some companies, and you can attend it out definitely for like skilling in that questions. Okay. And for reading any interview experiences, let's say I want to read about Intuit interview experiences, right? So Intuit interview experiences, and the first article I definitely comes is like Intuit archives and Geeks for Geeks. And maybe like I can go here and just read it out what were the questions asked in Geeks for Geeks for that in this round. So it suggests me the article link, the problem link. Similarly, like in round 3, what was that, what was the questions asked. So that's a really nice feature for Geeks for Geeks. Yeah, so I feel that's pretty much from my side.
Yes, definitely. Just one more thing that I would like to add. Just one second. This company wise thing I think is very important. I think if you're preparing for, like, you have your interview just 1 week after, so you can just go through here and select for the company. Suppose I want to click select Amazon, so it will show me all the commonly asked questions in Amazon. And I think it is very helpful personally. Like, I think this is the most helpful part of GFG. Yes. And many of the students are not aware about it. Like, I asked few of my friends, they were not really aware about it. So yeah, I think this is also very important, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now maybe we can take few of the questions from the comment section. Just one second. Ritesh is asking how to remember DSA. I mean,
So like, can I answer it out?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So, it's not, I think, really necessary to remember DSA. Like, can you relate it with preparing for a JEE exam? Do you have to remember like the formula of any mathematic problem? Just use like if you have to remember a formula for a problem, then definitely you cannot able to solve that questions. Like formula should be in your mind for solving that problem. Like if I put some JEE advanced problem in front of you, like then you have to like think about more than the formula, like how formula was attained. And for that purpose you have to like solve practice a lot of problems on that formula to just see that this is appearing here, right? So same thing goes with like DSA in my way. Like you don't have to remember like any data structure or any stuff, just practice a lot. And definitely you don't have to remember like how I have to write the code of segment tree, or how I have to write the code of data DSU. You just like it's automatic. Like you have to you do let's say if I have to I'll give you now two numbers and just say how to like let's add for me. Then you don't have to remember like how to add two numbers. Like it's come to, from your mind, like 2 plus 2 is 4. So that's the same thing.
Right. Practice is the key,
Just practice
basically.
a
Like,
lot. Yeah.
okay. Then people are asking that is there anything like for MTech students? Like, is there anything you guys can do to help people who are looking for MTech part-time from IITs? Maybe a course which can help. Uh, we want to say anything about it?
So I'm not really much known about like what MTech students have to do. I'm like a BTech guy, so I don't know much about it.
Yeah, but maybe we can definitely try to forward this to our team and see, and like maybe there, if there are resources, we will definitely, try to put it down in the comment section. But for now, we cannot really answer this question. Okay, then person is asked that he has a gap of 2 years after 12th, so will it affect his placements?
No, definitely not. Like people nowadays don't mention even like when they had in their resume that when they have completed their 12th or when they have completed their 10th. It's not
Right.
really necessary.
Yeah. On campus, maybe it will be a little bit of problem because
Yeah,
some colleges
but
put restrictions.
yeah, but definitely no. In my college, there was no restrictions like that, and I don't know any
Huh.
college has such type of restrictions. Like
Right,
will
right.
be a CGPA matter. Like the company
Hmm.
maybe it will be a cut of like a person less than 7.5 CGPA will not be able to cite like that.
Right, right. Is CG important for placements? I think CGPA important for placements.
So like just maintain a threshold value, and that's like much. That's pretty much like it's not necessary to have 9.5 CGPA. Even like you, if you have a CGPA around 8, it's fine.
Yeah, I think it depends on college to college. Like in my college, it is like CGPA matters a lot. Like while placements, like people with 9 plus CGPA will get placed in the first 2 months, and then it comes around
No, not that's not
8.58
the case in
CGPA.
my college.
Yeah, I think it will vary a college to college. So whatever your college is, it will vary according to that.
Yeah.
On campus CGPA matters again, as we already answered, that it will depend on your college. Like in my college, it does. In his college, it doesn't. So it depends.
Yeah, in my college it also does, but like there is a threshold value for it. Like most
Huh.
of the companies like put around 7. They are a threshold like the minimum limit, and every person
Hmm.
above than 7 like is able to set up.
So like, what if two students are able to do the questions? Then what is the filtering criteria? It comes to CGPA.
Yeah.
Then people are asking how to get into product-based company if he's from a tier 3 college.
So like I don't think tier does matters. Like in on-campus placement, definitely it's like easier for a IIT guy to get placed by, because he had done a lot of effort in preparing his JE and just entered into that college. So like it's completely the same, completely like the balanced thing. Like he did effort, he did place the effort in like in 11 12th, and so it's very easy for him to like get placed. And for a tier 3 guy, now he has to do a lot of effort to like get placed. So that's not the case in most of the cases. Like most of the companies, like even Google, doesn't cares about your tier of the college. That only cares like uh, what you have skills.
Right. There are so many off-campus opportunities at, these big tech companies as well. Like there are various hackathons and competitions through which they hire. So yeah, like I don't think the college matters there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Darsh has asked that any advice or roadmap for non-technical background students to fully utilize Geeks for Geeks. Mhm. Am I audible, Priyanshu? Hello. Guys, just 2 minutes. He will be back with us. Okay. Till the time Priyanshu is coming, you can post more questions and then we can ask the questions to him. Okay. Any advice or roadmap for non-technical background students to fully utilize Geeks for Geeks to enter the IT field? Okay. So if you're from a non-technical background, depends on like what post you're applying for, right? If you are preparing for data structures, Okay, one second. If you're preparing for data structures, then as Priyanshu mentioned that there are different data structures, and for each data structure there are around 10 to 15 questions. So you can try to go through each and every data structure. Suppose you choose array, so try to solve 10 questions on array and make sure all these 10 questions are different. It is of no use if you solve 10 easy questions. It is better to solve three medium or hard level questions, according to my opinion, right? So you can one second, Priyanshu is back.
Uh, I think I'm not able to like open my camera now because like there is no light in my area now. I lost my
Okay,
internet connection for that also.
okay, no problem. So I was just answering this question. Maybe you can also take this up, that he's from a non-technical background and he wants to enter into the IT field. So how can he utilize GFG?
I think like you should start with language first, like start understanding one of the language, maybe like C++, because there is a lot of resource available in C++ as of now. And for first few weeks, like just spend time on getting about language and then start solving some problems on data structures, like start learning about data structures and algorithms and start practicing for that. And after that, if you have a good depth in knowledge with data structure and algorithms, start doing some of the projects which will help you like getting placed somewhere.
Yes, definitely. I hope that helps, Darsh. Then the next thing is how much development is required as compared to DSA. I think with respect to placements, Ritesh is asking.
Okay, so about development, I would recommend to have at least two good projects. And for DSA, you should be like very confident and very good with DSA to get placed in good companies. Like DSA should be very clear, and you should have at least two projects. Like both matters a lot, according to
Hmm.
me.
Right. Then he has asked that can you suggest any platform to join coding competitions? It may be a website or application.
So like there are a lot of platforms where the coding competitions are going on. Like I also suggested like 2 or 5 minutes before, like there is a contest on Geeks for Geeks, which happens on every week, like Sunday. It is especially focused on like interview experiences of the companies. Or maybe you can join like CodeChef or Codeforce's competitions. They are more on like competitive coding side, not on the not much more on the placement side. Like competitive coding questions are have a much ad hoc part and less like they also have a like data structure and algorithmic part, but the ad hoc part is much more than these parts. So
Right,
whatever is your interest, you can like go in that way. And also for
right.
Geeks for Geeks, we are having a Code India Code Challenge, where the problems will be definitely like in the competitive coding style, like much more ad hoc problems.
Yes, guys, you can definitely register for Core India Code. We have some amazing prizes, as well as the questions are. It is not like they are really high level or really low level questions. We have different level of questions. So even if you are a beginner, you should definitely participate in it. Yes, and the
And
link for
I want to
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
what I want to add, like they have like really awesome prizes, and for the first prize, I know like they are giving maybe a MacBook Pro.
Yeah, you can just check out the website. We will definitely put the link to the website in the description box below. You can just check out the website and register if the contest interests you. Right. Okay. Then the next question is give suggestions to learn programming fast.
So like there is the only way to learn programming. Just just start solving problems. Like first read an editor, like read a language from some of the articles or from some of the video lectures, whatever you feels better for you, and then start solving problems. That's the only way.
Right. I think many people are asking your code forces handle. Like people are asking, is this Priyanshu underscore X underscore?
So I have two IDs, Priyanshu underscore X as well as Bunty underscore X. Like Bunty is my uh, like home name maybe.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah, I can see a lot of comments, so I was like, okay, let's just answer them. Uh, how is this sheet and this sheet? Okay, guys, you can follow. I think just stick to one sheet. Like they're asking about like which sheet to follow. Just stick to one, whichever you're following. Like people first do one sheet and then move to another. Don't do that, maybe.
Yeah,
Then,
like
huh?
uh, so for that question, like DSA first or CP first, I should answer that question, right?
Right, right,
Okay, uh, so like it depends how much time you have right now. Like if you are in a first year or second year, I would suggest to go for a CP. Go for CP. Like you have a plenty of time. Like you can spend 1 or 2 years in it. So like just start solving competitive programming problems. They don't require much data structure or algorithmic skills. The only required skill is like you should have a brain and like you should know how to solve ad hoc problems. And by solving the problems, you will also gain some knowledge in data section algorithms, and and DSA will be like very easy for you to like after doing CP. But if you are a third year or maybe on a fourth year student, I would recommend to go for DSA first because the placement is coming now and you should be prepared for the company. Like CP is not required as much of a, for company perspectives. DSA is required for that. So you should first go for DSA now.
right. Okay, then how to master algorithms using GFG? I think Priyanshu has already answered it, but maybe you can take it again if possible.
So, how to master algorithms? Like the Geeks has a section of algorithms, and in that section you can go and like pick any of the algorithms, maybe like a greedy algorithms or a brute force or any of the stuffs, and just click it out. You will get several problems related with it, and just go on a go on the practice portal and solve all of the problems. What you feel better.
Right. Uh, People are asking some project ideas for C++. Like, uh, just one second. Can you suggest some good projects on C++? Vandan has asked.
So I know like game development is basically done in C++, or maybe like I'm not a dev guy first of all, so I don't know much about the development and projects. I just did one or two of my projects just for a placement sake of perspective. But yeah, I can suggest you like you could go to make a library function. If you want to go with in competitive coding side to make a project on C++, you could make a library maybe for a segmentary, a generic library for that, and that's all I can suggest.
Right. Then Gopal has asked that can I still crack product-based company if I'm in fourth semester or he's late?
No, so no one is late at any moment of time. Just I would suggest like just start problem solving problems on any topics. What you feel uh, like you are weaker in that area. Maybe like if you are a complete beginner, then just start solving problems from the basic level. Like start with brute force and greedy, then then tree, then graph, and then dynamic programming, or all of the stuffs. And that's all. Like and also fourth sem is like not a late. I also started my programming in fourth semester, so it's not definitely not a late.
Yes. What is the best practice to approach to the solution of the problems? Ritik is asked.
So for approaching the solution to a problem, like if you know that like the problem is not out of your league, first of all, don't try a problem which is completely out of your league. Maybe I could suggest like if you are solving easy problems for now, don't pick a hard problem and waste your time. Like it's completely a waste. Just pick a problem which is just like not exactly below your level and not exactly off your level, just up your level, just upper than your level, and just start solving it. First, try to focus like 2 or 3 hours or maybe 4 hours to just practice and solve that problem on your own. And if you don't get any ideas of it, I would suggest like after 4 or 5 hours, you just go and read it and not all of that tutorial part. Just start reading first few lines of it. You will get some ideas related to that problem and just start solving on your own only. And that's the most optimal way I know about like solving any problem.
Right. Like first try and then see the solution. Right.
Yeah.
DSA in C or C++. Like what language? Like people ask this in every webinar. What language will you suggest for DSA?
So like according to me, like first I started with Java, but after some time I was like facing some issues with finding resources related with Java in competitive programming. Like it's a huge issue in competitive programming. Like you have to find a resource about it. So I just for that perspective I had to shift for C++ because a lot of resources are available in C++, and
Right.
C++ is really faster than all of the languages. So you won't feel any time limit issues and all of the other stuff. So I would recommend C++.
Right. I think we have taken almost all of the question. I'll just go through the comments once again if I have missed out any question. Also, we will wait for another 30 seconds. If you have any question, please put it in the comment section. Also, after that as well, if you have any other doubt, maybe you can contact Priyanshu over LinkedIn, and yeah, you can ask your doubts from him. Yeah, his image is not visible because there's some network issues nahi. I think there is no light in his area, so that is why. Which website is used to practice CP? Like Sai has asked, which website is used to practice CP?
So like maybe it's a dependent answer again. Like if you really want to like practice competitive codings, you can use maybe like code forces for that, and for like getting knowing about the algorithms and all of the stuffs like related with solving the problem. If you are not able to solve some part, and maybe the problem requires segmentary, then you should search on Geeks for Geeks for reading that articles. So I think that's the thing.
If- I think there are so many websites, just follow any one of them. Like in my initial years, I used to think ki CodeChef is better or CodeForces is better. I used to explore various websites, but I think following one website is more than enough.
Yeah, great. Yeah, actually.
Web development, machine learning, which one has more scope? Can you take this up? Shrishti has asked web development or machine learning, which one do you think has more scope?
So I think, as I mentioned earlier, also I'm not a dev guy. I just do CP only. But for what I know, like web development has more scope than machine learning.
Yes. But I think Srishti, you should explore both of them and see what interests you, right? What interests you more, and then you can try exploring that.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, yeah, I think we have addressed all the questions. Guys, we'll wait for another 10 seconds. Maybe you can put any other question if you have. Also, people are asking for your LinkedIn profile. We will definitely try to put the link in the description box below, and you can reach out to him from there.
Okay, let me share it.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can put it in the comment box.
I have shared that like in private chat maybe.
Okay, cool, cool. We will put it in the description box. So Yash has asked that I have got 5 months for internship drive and he's currently in fourth semester. Please tell what to do. He is currently a beginner.
Okay, so like if you have 5 months only, I would suggest to go for DSA. Not much about, like, you can try competitive coding also, but it's really necessary for you to for just for now, like know all of the fundamentals of data structures, maybe like linked list, stack queues, and all of the stuffs. And for that, you should like just start practicing on like selecting any topics on Geeks or Geeks and just start practicing it out.
Right. Cool. So open source or competitive coding? People asking open source or
It's,
competitive
it's the
coding.
most controversial question. It's the
Right.
most
Why not both?
controversial question. Yeah, great.
Like it is not like if you're doing DSA you cannot do CP. If you're doing CP you cannot do open source. Like maybe try
Yeah,
your hands on everything and whatever interests you the most, then do it. It is not necessary that if I am doing DSA you should also do DSA, or if Priyanshu is doing CP you should do CP. Like maybe
yeah.
nothing interests you, right?
Like what
So
interests you more, just do it out. I'm not
right,
saying only do competitive coding or only do open source.
right, definitely. And I've seen questions like, कि, can I finish competitive coding in 2 months? Like, it is not a course जो खत्म कर सकते हैं
Impossible.
in 2 months, right? Right.
Like in 2 months, I
I
don't
don't think
see
it
any
can
guy who
end.
can.
I don't think competitive, like, how can you finish competitive coding? There is always so much to learn. खत्म कैसे कर सकते हैं? So, right. How to crack there are so many questions on Ola and Uber. I don't know for what reason. They are asking how to crack companies like Ola and Uber.
So like what I saw for Uber, they prefer a person having great competitive coding skills plus great development skills. Like for Uber, coordination and all of the companies related to that. I just I just like viewed that noticed that they prefer both of the things. Like you must have good dev skills plus you must have good CP skills.
Right.
Oh, so he's my friend of mine. Like
Okay, okay. People are asking reply on LinkedIn. Okay, guys, after the webinar, he will reply to all your questions on LinkedIn. Don't worry. Yes. Um, yes. I think we have answered most of the questions. Thank you so much, Priyanshu, for doing this. I hope people are able to use GFG properly, and also a lot of questions were around competitive coding and interview preparation. Basically, I hope it helped a lot of students. Thank you so much
yeah,
for coming and doing this. Thank you.
okay, thanks.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining. So, before ending this live, I would just like to tell you all that Code India Code is here, and there were so many questions around coding competitions and everything. So, I think this is the right time to register for it, and we have questions for all type of students. It is not like if you are very good at some competitive coding or DSA only, then you can participate. We have beginner level questions as well. So do not forget to check the website for that. And yes, I will see you in the next webinar. Bye bye.